Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. I'm so excited. So, this is your Cancer season reading. Obviously, this is your season, so you can imagine how excited I am for you to see what is going on. So, for all the signs, I've been basically explaining to everyone what Cancer is about and how this energy may or may not affect you. I'm going to do the same thing for you, even though this is your sign. You still deserve to know more about your sign. So, Cancer energy is all about emotional security. Much like I would assume you understand, you're not quick to tell someone how you feel. You will be the person to cry on. You will be the person that is there to hear someone out. You will listen. You will be there for people when they're going through things, and you will know when they're going through things. You will feel it. But it does not mean that you are going to be quick to open up. Why is that? Why do you have to be comfortable around other people before you open up? The answer is, well, that's just how Cancer energy is. But it's also the fact that you are very emotionally intelligent on a natural level to what emotional security is. So basically, you understand what it is to be secure before you are emotional, because you understand how powerful emotions can be, and you understand how valuable or how important it is to only divulge into people that are valuable to you, worthy of you being vulnerable. So that's what I wanted to theme this reading off of: feeling safe, feeling comfortable. Cancer also rules memories and the past and tradition and history and things like that. And so I wanted to have a section in this reading where we look at what from your past is also coming back up now. This reading may be a little intense for you, even though you are Cancer. It may be intense because you may not feel comfortable with me yet. But the goal is for me to shed light on things that maybe you haven't thought about in a while. And to just let the cards guide me in giving you the messages that you need to receive. And so thank you for even getting this far in the video to allow me to do that. We will also talk about present events that you will be attending. And just to see, maybe you're going to be around certain people and like what to expect with those dynamics. And then last but not least, we have this section here, which is basically going to tell us which signs are going to be beneficial, supportive, or a good energy for you to be around. Now, obviously, you don't have to limit it to just the cards that come out. But for those Cancers that do need to see who they can be around, that is what this section is for, to see which harmonious energies are going to be around you at this time. So let's go ahead and get started. I feel like someone in your life when you were younger had all these rules for you. And either you didn't like them, or you didn't like their rulership, or you didn't align with what they thought to be true. And there was always this energy of friction or combative energy, or testing the waters, testing their authority. You just didn't align with their thought patterns. And there was a lot of determination to prove your point. This person is coming up. They could be a Taurus, but maybe not. Yeah, you didn't always feel emotionally supported by this person. You did not always feel like this is somebody you can trust to be honest with or to be vulnerable with. Yeah, you were very uncomfortable around this person. And the reason why is because they just didn't match your energy. Not that they have to match it, but they didn't complement it. They didn't merge well with it. And you always were like, why is this person making me feel like this? And especially being young, as a Cancer, you're very aware of moods and vibes and, just it not feeling right. And you probably didn't have a word for it at that time, but you just knew that something was off with that person. But they're coming back. at this time. And I think that you're going to have to confront that energy within yourself during this time period. So, obviously, during your time period, there will be a lot of stuff going on. We have the Devil, the Five of Wands, Two of Wands. I want you to understand that whatever you're struggling with, or whoever the situation is, and I'm thinking it's the person from your past, you're probably going to have an argument with them or some sort of conflict. And it's going to open up a new way to transition from that relationship. So yes, you probably will be confronted by this person and you will start to have all of these emotions come up. But I think the main thing that you have to understand is you're walking towards this point of completion with this cycle of this person. You're finally walking towards the door that once you open it, you're on to the next phase. Like, you don't have to continue this cycle with them mentally. You don't have to keep harboring those feelings and things like that. So I would advise you to really get out everything that you need to say when you have this conversation. But also understand that during this conversation, there's going to be a lot of manifestation with your words. Your words are going to be very powerful during this conversation. So be very mindful of what you're saying. Even though you feel the emotions, you want to be very careful of cursing this person, or cursing yourself, or saying, I will never do this again, or like, don't say anything that's permanent during this time, because your words are going to be very powerful to what you bring towards yourself after this conversation is over. It will be heated. There will be exposure coming out. There will be a lot of things coming to the surface that were lies, that were not true. And just like anything or anyone, that's going to piss you off. That's going to make you feel very upset, because I think you're going to find out things that show you just how dark of a situation that you used to be in when you were a child. But that's the key word. When you were a child, you're no longer that. You're not helpless. You're not a victim anymore. You don't have to be in those situations anymore. You can walk through it and never look back. But I want you to walk through that door, not of anger, but of acceptance. Accepting that this happened and I don't have to deal with it anymore. Accepting that this happened, it was fucked up, but I won't repeat this cycle anymore. That's how you should be looking at it. And so when I say be very mindful of your words that you choose here, I'm saying that because however you end this situation is how you're about to start your next journey. Your outlook, your level of bitterness, your level of acceptance, how heavy your heart is, it ends with this conversation. That is where it settles. And I want you to walk with a light heart and not a heavy one. The beauty of that is that you are the person who writes that narrative for yourself, because your words are very powerful. But on the flip side of that, you don't want to say negative things that will affect your walk towards the future. So please be mindful of that, Cancer. So the people that you can be around that are going to be very supportive for you, we have Scorpio. I feel like the Scorpio is someone that you grew up with, a sibling, a friend, or someone from your past. They knew you during this time period that you were going through this. Speak to them. In some way, they're going to help you. They're going to be there for you. They're going to feel good. You're going to feel good talking to them. And we also have a Gemini. You may have a partner that's a Gemini, or just someone who's a very kindred spirit to you. Go talk to them. You're going to need their support during this time, because what you're about to do is major. I know I don't know you personally, but I'm very proud of what I'm seeing in this reading, and I need you to understand how powerful you are. I know you know that, but I need you to understand just how powerful your words are, and to be mindful of that power, be mature with that. And remember, you're not there anymore. You're not in that situation anymore. You are not that child anymore. Remember that. It's going to be very important. A lot of times when we go through traumatic situations, we get stuck there. And when things trigger us, we go right back to that little girl or that little boy that we are, you know? And I just want you to remember, be very present in what you're saying. Speak for that child, but remember, you're an adult now speaking. You're not that child anymore. You're speaking up for that child. All right? See you in the next reading.